What if I told you that some of your favorite foods, the ones you put in your cart every week, could they be silently compromising your prostate health? Yes, that very small gland, but so crucial to men's health. Many people are convinced that it is enough to eat a little bit of everything to stay fit and prevent annoying ailments. But what I'm about to reveal to you could completely overturn this belief. In fact, there is an unexpected truth that almost no one talks about openly. By reducing or eliminating certain foods from your diet, you may significantly help keep your prostate in good condition, sometimes even reducing its growth. Some studies suggest, for example, that targeted changes in diet can lead to a decrease in prostate size of up to 58% under certain circumstances. Numbers that make you think, right? But it doesn't end there. Maybe you're thinking, is this another one of those crash diets or yet another miracle find? I'll tell you right away that there are no magic pills and that I'm not advising you to completely banish the pleasure of food. Yet, some habits can stimulate inflammatory processes or hormonal imbalances that, over time, could give your prostate a hard time. And believe me, these truths may surprise even the most skeptical and, in some cases, even worry those who have long underestimated the issue. In today's video, I'll reveal 9 foods that, if reduced or eliminated from your daily routine, could make the difference between a healthy prostate and a host of truly unpleasant ailments. But that's not all. Stick around until the end and you'll discover a surprising food that almost all of us consume, but which could be the secret cause of your ailments. And remember, health is a daily choice. Write in the comments, "Healthy prostate," to start this journey towards wellness together. And now, before leaving, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and activate the notification bell. Now take a breath, get comfortable because we're getting started right away. Let's start with the truth behind some common foods that may be secretly undermining your health. Let's start from number 9, the so-called processed meats, bacon, dried ham, sausages, sausage, and various cold cuts. While they may be tasty and convenient, they are often treated with nitrates and nitrites, additives that serve to improve color and preservation. However, when these substances are heated or metabolized in the body, they can form potentially harmful compounds. Additionally, processed meats are often very high in salt and unhealthy fats. This mix can increase levels of inflammation in the body, including that which can affect the prostate. Chronic inflammation is insidious because it does not always cause visible symptoms, but works under the radar, damaging various tissues. It's no surprise, then, that research has linked too much processed meat to a host of health problems. Practical advice: if you really can't do without them, choose the low-salt or nitrite-free versions. Limit consumption to a couple of times a month and always try to prefer quality products. At number 8, we find full-fat dairy products, whole milk, aged cheeses, and full-fat yogurt. While their taste is undeniably inviting, these foods can contain high amounts of saturated fat and, in some cases, hormone residues present in the milk. How does all this relate to the prostate? Several studies have shown an association between the consumption of whole dairy products and the increase of some growth factors, such as IGF-1, which can stimulate cell proliferation. Simply put, prostate cells may be encouraged to grow more than they should. And then there's the issue of saturated fats. In excess, they can promote an inflammatory environment. Remember that some inflammation is normal, but when it becomes chronic, it poses a risk to many organs, including the prostate. Practical advice: opt for semi-skimmed or skimmed milk, low-fat fresh cheeses, or plant-based alternatives, such as soy milk, almond milk, oat milk. It's not about eliminating these products completely, but moderating them to protect your body. Here we are at number 7. Red meat: beef, lamb, pork. It's no secret that many traditional cuisines feature grilled steaks and tasty roasts. However, frequent intake of red meat has been linked to several imbalances, including hormonal ones. Additionally, red meats are known for their high saturated fat content, which can, once again, trigger inflammatory processes. Another aspect that is often overlooked is that cooking at high temperatures, such as grilling or frying, can generate chemical compounds, heterocyclic amines, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, which, according to some research, they could increase oxidative stress and damage prostate cells. Practical tip: if you love meat, focus on lean cuts, alternating with poultry, fish, or plant-based protein sources such as legumes and tofu. Don't always cook at excessive temperatures. The black crust can be tasty, but also full of harmful substances, and, when possible, always combine fresh vegetables, rich in natural antioxidants. At number 6, we find the much-loved fried foods: chips, onion rings, breaded chicken, pancakes, and much more. Let's face it, who doesn't find them exquisite? But the truth is that frying, especially if repeated and done in low-quality oils, contributes to the increase in trans fats and saturated fats. These compounds are a potent trigger of chronic inflammation. To make matters worse, frying at high temperatures creates additional toxic substances, the so-called advanced glycation products, which increase oxidative stress at the cellular level. An organism that is constantly inflamed and subject to oxidative stress is fertile ground for various disorders, including prostate ones. Practical advice: reduce frying to an occasional small treat. You can experiment with baking, steaming, or grilling, which maintain the taste and texture of foods with much less risk. And if you really want to fry, use oils that are stable at high temperatures, for example, extra virgin olive oil, and do not reuse them too many times. Number 5 is for drinks that are high in sugar: carbonated drinks, processed fruit juices, pre-sweetened iced teas, and energy drinks. The main problem is the huge amount of added sugars, which causes sudden spikes in blood sugar and insulin, followed by sharp drops. This metabolic swing, over time, can promote obesity and insulin resistance, two conditions often linked to a greater risk of prostate problems and a general hormonal imbalance. Additionally, excess sugar is closely linked to systemic inflammation, another factor that can negatively impact the prostate. Practical advice: replace sugary drinks with water, herbal teas, green tea, or fruit infusions without sweeteners. If you are longing for a sweet taste, add a slice of lemon or a sprig of mint to the water. You will discover a fresh and light pleasure without side effects. We come to number 4, the riskiest foods for your prostate: fast food and fried snacks. We're talking about burgers, French fries, packaged foods high in saturated and trans fats. These foods are full of empty calories, plenty of salt and additives, while offering very few useful nutrients. The result is an explosive mix: weight gain, chronic inflammation, hormonal imbalances. Obesity, as we know, is already a risk factor for many disorders, and prostate is no exception. If we add to all this the poor quality of the ingredients and the industrial processes, we can easily understand how an unhealthy vicious circle can be created. Practical advice: replace these meals with home-cooked meals, using fresh, good-quality ingredients wherever possible. If you decide to indulge in a treat every now and then, let it be the exception and not the rule. Your body and your prostate will thank you. At number 3, one of the most discussed points: artificial sweeteners. Often considered a light alternative to sugar, in fact, some studies hypothesize that they can alter the intestinal microbiota and negatively affect insulin regulation. The microbiota, the collection of good and bad bacteria that inhabit our intestines, is essential to overall health. When it becomes unbalanced, it can promote inflammation, which has a chain reaction throughout the body, including the prostate area. Additionally, some people still experience sweet cravings and overeating afterwards, because the body never feels truly satisfied. Practical tip: if you feel the need to add sugar, try stevia, a natural calorie-free sweetener, or gradually reduce the amount of sweets so as to reaccustom your palate. Less sugar, artificial or otherwise, means more balance for your gut and, consequently, for your prostate. We come to number 2, alcohol. A glass of wine with dinner or a beer after work can be a relaxing pleasure. However, excessive or regular consumption of alcoholic beverages can affect the normal production and proper metabolism of hormones. Furthermore, alcohol promotes inflammation and oxidative stress at the systemic level, and overloads the liver, the organ that is supposed to cleanse the body of toxins and regulate certain hormonal processes. A stressed liver functions less well, and this can affect many aspects of your health, including your prostate. Practical advice: if you don't want to give up completely, limit alcohol to 1 to 2 occasions per week and choose quality drinks. If you care about your prostate health and more, reducing your dose is a great start. Finally, at number 1, we find a food that you probably don't expect to see on this list, but unfortunately deserves to be there. Refined carbohydrates, white bread, white rice, white flour pasta, and industrial baked goods. The refining process strips grains of fiber and essential nutrients, creating foods that cause rapid blood sugar spikes and, as a result, greater efforts by the body to regulate insulin. Over the long term, this metabolic stress can lead to chronic inflammation and weight gain. And once again, when we talk about extra pounds, there is often a greater hormonal imbalance involved, which can also involve the prostate. Practical advice: gradually switch to whole grain carbohydrates, whole grain bread, brown rice, whole grain pasta, and varies with other unrefined grains such as spelt, barley, quinoa, and oats. You'll feel fuller, have a more constant release of energy, and give your prostate a helping hand. As you've seen, this information can really make a difference. The 9 foods we have discussed are everywhere in our modern diet. Yet paying attention to them and reducing, or in some cases eliminating, their consumption can change your life, especially when it comes to prostate health. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, family, or colleagues who may need this information or simply want to prevent future problems. And don't forget to subscribe to activate notifications and leave a like. By doing so, you will support the dissemination of content that puts well-being and quality of life first. And remember to write in the comments, "Healthy prostate," to publicly demonstrate your commitment to yourself. Taking care of your body is the first step to building a life full of energy and serenity.